Hey everybody, Rich here, South Florida Beekeeping with Rich. I'm kind of excited today because I finally found something I've wanted for a number of years. I'm going to do a little unwrapping here. You can go to any website and find frame spacers, but those frame spacers are all based on 10 frame hives. You know, the description says 8 frame spacer, but what that means is how to space 8 frames in a 10 frame hive, how to space 9 frames in a 10 frame hive. This one is designed for 8 frame hives. Haven't found one. I can't give you examples of the other ones because I've ordered them, they've come in, I thought, oh, I can just trim them. No, it didn't work. I cut them up all different ways and it never worked because it just wasn't right. It wasn't designed for this. But there is someone in Georgia who is making these 3D printed, and they're designed for an 8 frame hive. So let's take a look. The way this works out, this side spaces all 8 frames. Not sure how useful that is because that's not what I want it for, but you can kind of set and position your frames all at once, and that's 8 frames. Okay, don't know how useful that is or isn't. I don't think it's useful because it puts a 32nd of an inch between the frames, and that just means more profit as far as I'm concerned. Then you can just kind of push these apart a little bit, turn it around, jiggle jiggle, and you now have 7 frames in an 8 frame honey super. And that means that you have nice fat frames of honey that you can slice off easily. You get far more honey production with 7 frames spaced like this than you would from 8 frames where everything is tight and they can't build out very far. They kind of have to stay in the pattern. This is a lot fatter. So I'm going to say, hey, woohoo, finally, after all these years, an 8 frame, or rather a 7 frame spacer for an 8 frame box. Something I've been looking for a long time, and it finally showed up. The company that does it is an Etsy shop. It's called 3D Printing Outlet. You can pick the color from about 8 different colors. I picked yellow because all my tool handles are painted yellow. It is a little pricey with shipping and everything. It's up around $20, whereas the ones that are mass produced for the 10 frame beekeepers are a whole lot less expensive. 3D printed plastic, well, as you can see, this one's got quite a warp in it. I don't even know if that's intentional or unintentional, given that it's not a uniform warp. I'm thinking it's unintentional. And it's also got a twist in it this way, but none of that affects its purpose, which is to get these spaced out evenly. Now, I do notice, if you remember one of my other videos recently, the outer edge to the outer edge on this is exactly 12 inches. Whereas we have 12.5 inches inside of a standard 3 3/4 inch box. So there is a little extra room. It's not a tight space, and you do kind of have to center it side to side, but that's easy to do. But we now have a way to consistently space honey super frames out so that you can get more honey production. That's it. Just wanted to let you know in time for Christmas, in case you wanted to get one of these for an 8 frame beekeeper, that you can order these from the Etsy shop, 3D Printing Outlet. Have a great day, everybody, and have a happy holiday season.